Welcome back to our Saturday sofa share. It's been a couple of weeks, hasn't it, really?
3, I think.
3 weeks, yeah, I've been on holiday. Sorry about that, I do apologise. You might see we're wearing tinsel. We thought we'd have a bit of fun.
Yep.
We're going to talk about Christmas. I know, it's a bit early, but Andrew, it's August, it's summer holidays, Christmas. We're not talking about putting the tree up.
No, not getting it.
We're not talking about doing the turkey order or doing the Christmas shopping, which, although, to be fair, I think my wife's already started, frightens me. But I'm going to take this off because we're going to be serious now.
Go on.
All right, it's going to be a few months before we get this out of the box from downstairs to put on the tree. But more importantly, guys, with our experience, 34 years, 24 years, Christmas, you've got to start actually thinking about it now.
Yeah, if you want to move by Christmas, definitely.
Many people sort of wait until September, which is still doable. But Andrew, at the moment, I know we've gone through the 2 lots of stamp duty, or we've gone through 1 lot, which was up to $500,000 up until the end of June. We're up until the end of September now that you get it basically exempt up to 250,000. And then from the 1st of October onwards, it goes back to 125, so standard what we've always had.
Yep.
First-time buyers don't pay up to £300,000. You pay the 3% extra if you're buying it as a second home, landlord, buy-to-let sort of thing. How long is it taking to get a sale through?
Yeah, so good question. We thought that perhaps after the June deadline had passed that the sales process, certainly from the solicitor's workload, might have eased somewhat. And knowing by the volume of transactions that we managed to get through by the end of June, and if that's repeated across all agents, so hopefully it was for you guys, then we thought that things might just start to quieten down a bit. But no, it's not the case. The solicitors are still creaking at the seams. There's a lot of new fresh sales in the process. Obviously, a lot of people are still hoping to do the end of September stamp duty deadline, which is great. But I would think probably on average we're still looking at probably 12, 14 weeks to get a deal from offer to exchange of contracts. It's still taking thick end of 3 months.
So while Andrew continue telling you some experiences, I'm just going to count through those. If I do 12 weeks, I'm going to just tell you viewers where we are on that. So talk to them about how long it takes to get a property on the market, up and running, and so forth.
Okay, so from when you've invited us round to look at the house and we've agreed the price and the terms with you, we'll then busy away in the background and get your property market ready. That can normally take, well, sometimes same day, but probably maybe a day or 2 to get it on to the market. Then you've got the first flurry of viewing interest, which might be able to book possibly same day, but we might be booking up to a week in advance to get the right applicants with your timescale through the front door. We're then sifting through the offers, and once we've agreed an offer, we're then doing our due diligence, background checks, making sure that all the finances are in place, chain in place, etc. That could take another few days as well.
Yeah.
We then instruct solicitors. We send out what we call an MOS, Memorandum of Sale, to the solicitors. They would then have to acknowledge that with the buyer's solicitor and your solicitor as the seller's solicitor, which again might take a few days. Rosie, our sales progressor, is hot on this to make sure they are communicating. So from inviting us around to actually starting the legal work, if you're lucky to get the buyer straight away, which we are still experiencing at the moment, it could be 2-3 weeks before we're actually into the solicitor process.
Yeah, so I just counted up because I can count. Awesome.
Well,
If you got a sale today, and I literally mean today, and we instructed solicitors today, which you can't do on a Saturday, no, but bear with me on this one. Your 12-week point, believe it or not, 6th of November. 14-week point, clearly the 20th of November. So let's err on the side of caution. Let's go with 14 weeks, okay? Because things can go wrong, you've got to change, and so it can go quicker if you wanted to, obviously. So let's talk 14 weeks. So if you said 3 weeks to get it on the market in the right way, get it sold straight away, get the buyer lined up, get everything done, 3 weeks. Okay, we can do it quicker again if need be. That's not a problem. We're not trying to delay, but we're just trying to be realistic. So let's go 20th. So you'll be moving on Friday the exchange would be Friday the 10th with completion on the 17th of December.
that's today.
So just let that drop. So if you put your house on the market today and it took a little while, a couple of weeks to sell it and get it through, okay, and well no, let's be more realistic. You put your house on the market today and it takes 6 weeks to go through. With 14 weeks, you're looking at January move. Wow. So it can be done quicker. Of course it can be done quicker. Okay. I think a lot of people tend to sort of talk about 10 weeks, and if we talk about 3 to 4 weeks of marketing, it's still doable. But you don't want to leave it much longer. So what can somebody do? What's the best advice for them if they're wanting to move this year, but have been kind of, I've got the kids off at the minute, and yes, we haven't gone away on holiday, but we're doing days out, and my house isn't ready, it's cluttered, I want to wait till the kids go back to school before I do anything. Just don't wait.
I don't think so. No, there's no point in waiting. I think if you are ready and you really do want to plan the move and get in and done by Christmas, which so many people do, so it's never surprised me how many people want to get moved, settled and done by Christmas, whether it's burning the Yuletide log or just planning the next year's school terms for the kids, change of area, change of job. It's a natural break in the year which offers a time slot to move by. So I get why people want to do it. The reality has always been that some will, some won't, but if you're determined to make the move before Christmas, then you really do need to have us round to value your property now,
really.
Yeah.
And I think so many people get a little bit hung up on, as I've just mentioned there, I know it's like in our house at the moment with 3 children at home, it's not tidy, I've got a bit of decorating to finish. We don't care. I don't mean that we don't care about you, but we're not fussed, we're not looking at how you're living, we're looking at the structure, the skeleton of the building, and seeing where it is, potentially what it's going to sell for. And yes, we can get you ready. You can then work out what your budget is, you can work out what your costs are going to be, you can work out where you want to buy, because that's hard as well, because there's not a huge amount of properties coming to market, so that does make life a little bit more difficult, I get that. But we've got the extra care package, haven't we? And you did one recently, where you looked after the client, it didn't even get to market, and we sold it over asking price. Fantastic.
It is, priority buyers, that's what we call it. Yeah.
So if you are thinking about doing it, doesn't mean you have to go on the market today. Doesn't mean you have to have a valuation today. We've got some brilliant tools that we can look at. Our experience, we can look around, we can prepare you a marketing report just to give you an indication of where you need to start. But don't sit back and just think, I've got weeks and weeks and a couple of months, I don't need to do it till October, I can move by Christmas. Chances are you can't. So, property of the week. Well, I was going to say Bluefield.
We can still mention it.
Go on then, Andrew. Talk about Bluefield.
Yeah, so yesterday I had the pleasure of putting on the market a great 2-bedroom semi-detached house over at Singleton, Bluefield.
Details there for you.
Yeah, lovely 2-bedroom semi-detached house. Came onto the market 259,950. I put it on the market last night actually.
Yeah.
Hoping that we might be able to sort of get a few viewing slots in for our top priority buyers this afternoon. And when we came in this morning, after having made it live, we had an absolute load of inquiries. We've selected those best viewers to pop around and have a look at it. Young colleague Josh has been out there, done a sterling job, come back, and we've got several offers already.
On the table.
Yeah.
So we can sell stuff really quickly.
Yeah.
We can. It doesn't have to be 3 weeks, but realistic.
Yeah, realistic. So we will be putting that in the hand with solicitors next week. That's a vacant property, so chances are that will fly through by well before the end of the year. But just going back to Roy's point about you finding a property as well, of course, if you're needing to put your house on the market, find a buyer, and then start looking, with the lack of properties on the market, that timescale of 12 weeks might actually take another, well, who knows how long.
How long's a piece of string?
Before you find a property, and if the people you're buying from, if they need to find a property. So with a chain, you never know. So yeah, best advice is if you're thinking of moving and determined to get things done by the end of the year, you really need to be getting in touch with us as soon as possible.
I think so too. So yeah, fantastic. Great week, really busy week. Next week is as busy.
Yes.
Good. Got some. I mean, I've got I think 5 valuations booked in for me through existing client database, and that. Always talking to people, always reaching out, and we say that. So if you are thinking of moving, talk to us. Just pick up the phone, drop us a message. We'll talk to you. We'll give you unbiased advice, totally free advice as well, which is great. That's it from me.
It is indeed. Yeah. So don't forget Christmas just round the corner.
I'm not going to say Merry Christmas just yet, though. Don't panic. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next Saturday. Take care.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
super. Ta-da. Bye.